It's that time of year again. It's nice and cold out. It's all snowy and icy. I'm getting ready for my Christmas nails. I'm Mrs. Santa, and I need a new set of beautiful nails. I have everything. Oh, I need one more. Mr. Santa, I need my tea. I can't do my nails without a tea.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, thank you.
Almost spilled it.
Now I'm ready for my Christmas nails. Let's get started. Okay. Oh, that's hot. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is prepare my natural nails here and get them ready because I'm going to apply and build my nails with gel because I want a very icicle, clean, and clear look. Really, Icicles is my inspiration. Okay, now I'm going to dust them off. Gel doesn't like dust. And I'm going to build them with a fusion line that I have. Even in the North Pole, we're not above throwing stuff over our shoulder. I'll clean it up later. Okay, so I'm going to start. Oh, I know one thing I do want to do. Oh. One thing I will do just before I almost forgot. These are going to be very see-through, but I am going to put some gems on them and stuff. You might see my natural nail through it. And if I do, I want to make sure that they are nice and even before I put the clear gel on it. Just in case you see that natural nail, you don't want it to be like a really crookedy, scraggly, uneven edge. So I'll just go over all the edges and make sure they're very smooth. And I'll do that with a fine file. And my little thumb. Okay. Dust off again. Okay, now I can form. In this video, we'll have 3 sections: building the nail, sculpting and shaping the nail, and then decorating the nail. So to build the first layer, I'm using SL clear. It's a little bit runnier than the 5 and the 2.5 if you're using the fusion line. Just so it flows out and builds the nail out. Now the biggest decision is how long will I go? I think I want them to be pretty dramatic, so I think we should go long. Now Santa does all the work in delivering, so I don't have to worry about my nails for that. So I could be very, very luxurious and go for long nails because I'm not hauling those gifts around everywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna finish building this nail up. It's going to be pretty long. And the reason why I like it long is because it gives me a lot of nail estate to be able to do the design. Just needed some height in there. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. Very pretty. Okay, I probably can take this. The first layer is pretty cured, so I'm just going to pop this guy off. Oh, look at that. Oh, it is really an icicle. Look at that.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah.
That is gorgeous. Okay, and I am going with that shape specifically because I want it to look like an icicle that's hanging from the gutters. It looks so cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build them all on real quick. Okay, I've got most of them on. I do take the forms off so I can have a cure that reflectively gets underneath as well. And I'm working with between 5 and 2.5 and SL clear if you're working with Fusion at all and you want to know. And I like them all. I haven't decided which one I like better, but I'm just playing with them all. Bubbles are a part of gel sometimes, and it has a lot to do with technique. You want to make sure that you don't stir it and don't agitate it too much. Right now, I'm just adding my bloops, which is just a layman's way of saying my arches or apex. I'm just making sure I have that in there. These are long, so I want to make sure that I do have ample apex in there so these don't break. And I'm just noticing that this is pretty clear for bubbles. If you see a bubble, sometimes bubbles will sneak in. You can cause them and they can be there. If you see one, you don't really pop them so much as you can stretch them out. So if you see one, pull on it and stretch it right off the nail. And I'm just going all the way down, just reinforcing with an extra bunch of gel, extra bloop, I guess I'm going to call it. See, there's a couple little bubbles in there. I'm just going to pull them right through. And I'm going to make sure they're strong right through the tip. So I'm just going to add a layer of gel right to the end, just to make sure they're strong right through to the end. I also want to mention when I first put these on, I put a layer of, I'm going to just smooth this out here, of pink blush, it's called in this Fusion line, on my natural nails, just to give it a nice pink, just in case we see that nail underneath when I do the design. Okay. So I did put their primer and stuff on before I did that. I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so I'm just going to add another bloop to my index finger here, and I'm going to hang them all upside down for one last evening out. When you hang them upside down with gel, that's what I love about gel. It works with gravity. If your acrylic's working with gravity, it's possibly too runny, but gel is different. It works with the gravity is that when you hold it upside down, it'll fall into a natural kind of apex point for you, kind of does the work for you, which I love. Okay, I'm just going to nuke this up now. Just cure up these arches that I'm building in. Making sure that guy's happy. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to hold them down, upside down for just a second or two, maybe 5. And you can sort of check it before you, oh, that's nice. Oh, I am liking that. Okay, then you send them in for a nuke, and then we're going to sculpt them. Okay, so I have sculpted 4. Now, there are some elements you can use the e-file on when you're sculpting, but it's mostly a hand filing situation. So when I use the e-file, it's basically just to do a bit of the cuticle work. It's harder to get this area. So I'll just go in and do a little bit of the cuticle, and I will do the sides, sort of determined where my sides are going to be too, if it's really, really a bit wider. So this is a bit wider. Be careful because you don't want to go too far. I will just use it to taper it in a bit. That's probably about it. It's just harder to use an e-file. You can on the free edge, on the very end, but as you get up into here, the drill, you can see right here, the drill part gets hitting the end of the nail and it makes it harder. And if you're going to do it, you only really need the e-file to take the bulk away anyway. So you want to do it mostly by hand file. So I'm just going to take away a little bit here, if I can get in on the angle. Maybe a little bit near the cuticle. But then at this point, it's going to be the hand file from here on in. Now, the one thing you have to really watch is you don't stab yourself with into this hand as you're filing. So be very careful of that. Try to remove the other fingers away to isolate the one finger that you're working on. So I'm trying to establish the sides. It's a little harder to see right now because let me put my tube underneath. It might be a little bit easier to see. But you want to establish the sides. Establish the other side. And then you just start hand filing pretty aggressively with your coarse file to get rid of any of the bulk. You just want to tone it down to get it to feel like a point. And the best way to do it is to just feel with your fingers, and you can feel the lumps and bumps. So again, when you're taking a hand file, as long as you are going back and forth in a very straight line, then all the high points will meet all the low points, and then you'll end up with a smooth. So just keep doing this motion quite a bit. I'm slowly, as I'm filing, I'm slowly turning in like that. And I just keep doing that over and over and over until I feel it's nice and smooth. And I will do that on both sides. You can even see that sort of see-through patch, right? The file's not hitting that part. That's a high point. So as long as I keep filing and filing and filing, it'll hit that. It's starting to hit it now. See that? And it started to disappear. This is a little sculpting tip. This is what I mean about watch my slow motion. See this thumb here? If I keep going down like that, see how I stab my thumb a few times. I can stab this inside of the finger. So be really careful. Try to isolate where you open your hand completely. Bring this one down and try not to stab yourself because it hurts. These are super, super sharp. Okay, I'm all set now. Got all my jewels out that I want to use. You'll see what they are as I'm working with. So when I do something like this, sometimes, you guys, I'm not very organized, so I just sort of sit down and do what inspires me. But sometimes that can sort of not be a good idea. It's a good idea to maybe plan it out, but I didn't do that, so I'm going to wing it. Okay, so I got some ideas, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't, so we're going to go for it. So I'm going to get some gem thicker gel. And I'm going to paint this on. I'm going to try a different design. I've never done this design before, but let's see if this works. And I'm doing this thicker gel because I'm going to try my very, very tiny, well, you'll see. They're absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite things. Now, I do want to turn it this way just to make sure I'm symmetrical. That's not bad. But I'm just going to, it's going to be hard for the camera to see for a minute, but I'm just going to even this out. It looks like a mess. It's very, very hard to see because it's clear. But once I put the gems on, you'll see what I'm up to. There is a method to my madness. Okay, now let's see if this works. I've got this idea, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so my idea is to put this in here. And I need one on the opposite side. I'm a very symmetrical person, so when I do things, I tend to do it the same on the other side. Let me just flip it over like this. Yeah, I think that's what I want. We'll find out. Now, I think I do want a big gem in here. I'm going to put this big diamond guy.
Your hat.
Santa's yelling at me because my hat. See, watch. Look. See? I don't normally wear a hat, but it's getting in the way, so. Now, if I was working on someone else, this would be a little bit easier because I wouldn't have to keep flipping it over to make sure it's symmetrical. That's not bad. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pour, and I'm going to pour. I'm going to get my little dish here, and I'm going to pour these tiny, tiny, oh, I love these. These are one of my favorites. And I'm going to pour them in. Remember the gel that I put on there? I'm going to pour my little crystals on top, and it will stick to that gel because I didn't cure it. And my little dish is to catch any because these are too lovely to waste. Nice. Okay.
That is sparkly.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I do want, I have to go this way again. I don't know. Oh, a couple of them went over top of my little, remember that thing I put in there? That thing?
Little, like
what do we call that?
Half ring kind of thing?
Little half ring, yeah. They kind of spilled over. And I don't know why, because I didn't think I must have gel there then, obviously. So I'm just wiping them away.
It's not bad, though.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I know it's not bad, Santa, but I had an idea in me mind. So I don't know if you know what I'm going for in that particular idea and design, but I think I like it. Okay, what do you think?
Oh, I think they look great. I like it. It's got a nice crystal kind of frozen look.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is that kind of...
I love the sparkle on it. It's really
It
nice.
is pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks pretty. Okay, so when I do that, sometimes I'm so afraid I'm going to bump it or hit it. And these nails are long, so I definitely am going to bump it or hit it. Okay, I'm just going around the cuticle just to make sure that the gems aren't spilling over onto the skin or looks kind of rough there. That doesn't look bad. Okay, let's nuke it before I bump it or hit it or change my mind. Okay, so I do think we need to trail that down. Again, I did not map anything out, so I'm winging it. Okay, but I think that's what I want to do. Let's see if we can. This might be too big. That's too big a brush, I think. You've got to get these tiny little brushes when we're going. Oh, I don't want to put it too close to the light because I will nuke it. I'm going to get a little brush because I'm going to put little things down here. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little charm gel here. I don't know what I'm putting on here yet. All I know is I need some charm gel. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up somebody. This thing's kind of cool. I haven't used this one yet. And put it there like this. You have to have a lot of patience working with these sticky things. And if you know anything about me from watching my videos, I'm not extremely patient. It's not bad. I actually kind of like that. Okay, but I do have these little beads here, little tiny silver balls, and I'm going to place them. I have a bigger one and these smaller ones, and I'm going to just place them. That's got to be straight. That will drive me crazy if it's not. Okay, see how I'm just sort of building it as I go, and then I sort of examine whether I like it or not. I'm really missing something up here, though. I feel like this is just meh.
I like it.
Well, I like this, but I just feel like there needs to be something in here. So, the good thing is you can always cram it in there, and if you don't like it, you can just wipe it away, right? As long as everybody else is nuked down, you might say, then you could make the decision to take it off. I do like these kind of silver arrow-shaped head thingies. I really like those. So I am going to put some on the side here. Can you see that shape that I'm doing? I'm sure you can figure out what I'm up to. Okay, now I'm going to get my wax picker-upper. That's the technical term. Did you catch that, Santa?
I did. And then I also got a great shot of your hat.
Oh, my goodness. Good thing I don't wear this every video. Look at that. See, that's pretty. Okay, but I do feel that I think just little tiny silver beads. We'll put them right in there. This is why nail technicians' fingers get ruined by the end of a day, especially at Christmas time. Everybody wants fancy, fancy nails. Here's a few tips for you. If you're going to the salon, your nail technician is going to be busy, maybe stressed. Make sure you're on time. If you're really good friends and you really like your nail tech, maybe even ask them if they want a coffee or something. Because often they just don't get breaks. We're just really working all day, and sometimes we take no breaks at all. Okay. My eyes are going a little buggy. These are small. The camera's blown up a bit, but man, these are small. Okay, let me turn. Oh. My efforts, I think, are paying off. Okay, I am going to nuke it before I'm just straightening out those little beads on the bottom there. I'm going to nuke it because I am definitely going to hit that. And because I like things symmetrical, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. By the way, I was noticing you're not filling out your little blue outfit there. Before you put your red and white outfit on, we're going to have to fatten you up before the 25th, that's for sure.
You talking to me?
Yes, Santa.
Oh, okay.
Talking to you.
Well, Santa's on a keto diet, so I don't know if that's going to work.
Not in December, you are. Okay. That's somewhere where it was. It's hard to see it upside down-ish. Okay, let's get that. I don't know what to call that thing, but other than just a triangle. Oh, it's so cute. Mm-hmm. I actually really like that. Okay, I'm going to get those 3 little beads in there. I really like these. These really dress up a nail. You're doing nail art and you just feel like it's not working. Throw a few little beads in there. That really does change it. Oh, that's so cute. Again, I'm going to quickly nuke it before I ruin it. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead now. I think you've probably heard me talking enough. I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the rest. Well, I'm actually quite happy with that. Okay, I'm just going to tidy up the sides. Bear with me for a sec. Okay, that looks really clean. I really like that. Very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to nuke that. Now, the one thing I've learned with those guys is don't top coat. If you get any of these kind of crystals, don't top coat them. They don't like it. They're kind of a see-through glass. So when you top coat it, it fills in the crystal, the glass, and it looks awful. So don't waste it by top coating it. You'll ruin it. You know what? I was kind of worried because I did not plan specific, and it's actually turning out to be very pretty. I did the thumb. I usually just get him out of the way because he's kind of way on the side, but I'm actually happy with that. And this, I think this is shaping up to be quite pretty. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. You know what, Santa? I'm going to move my hat back a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Because I needs to get close.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Is that better? Yeah.
So far,
oh, yeah,
so
look
good.
at that.
Mm-hmm.
No hat. Okay. Let's just boogie. Let's go for it. Okay, top coating this is a little bit different. It's not going to be the same as my normal reveals because we had to do it in sort of patches, and we're not going to do this one with the crystals at all. But I still want to do this part. So I'm going to take just a little bit on my brush. I don't want a ton. And I'm just going to paint. Now, it's okay if I hit these little guys, but I just don't want to get it on the main crystals there. And I can do this with gel because it really will settle in there quite nicely. That's not bad. Okay, so now this one here, I don't want to cover my big gems, but I'm going to go around it. So I can cover the little ones. So I'm going to go right down here. Look at that turn into just total glass. But I'm going to do just from that gem downward. And then I do want this top coated in here. So I'm just going to put a little bit in here. If you're having trouble getting your gel in there and your brush is too big, you can just do it with a hand brush, like a smaller brush, painting brush. Okay, that's beautiful. Look how crystal clear that is. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Okay, so now the index finger, I don't want to put all the top coat up in here. I want to just put my top coat down here so it reveals the beautiful crystal. Okay, so I'm just going to take it from this gem here and right over top of those ones. Right from there down. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one we can't because it'll ruin it. But the pinky, we can just go over top of the whole pinky. Okay, so now with this one, there's no specific giant gems in there, so I am going to top coat this entire nail. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm doing it kind of slow because I'm letting the gel fall into all the crevices and stuff. You want it to surround each and every one. If you go over top of it too fast, you'll just brush the surface of it. You won't actually saturate the entire design. Oh, wow. So pretty. I'll just check my cuticles, make sure nobody... No, I'm good. Well, I didn't really go near the cuticles, did I? Okay, let's give it a nuke and check out the reveals. Oh my goodness. So I had no idea what I was going to do. Honestly, I didn't. Sometimes I will, take a look at what I'm going to do and even do some practicing. But this, I really didn't. I just wung it. Don't be afraid to wing it. Sometimes out of mistakes come something you really, really love. That's how a lot of things are invented. So don't be afraid to just try it. Worst comes to worst, you don't like it, you can just wipe it off with some alcohol and try it again. Even if you stick it on and you don't like it, you just get a pair of nippers and you just pop it right off. So don't be afraid to just try it. You never know. I never dreamed it would look this beautiful. I am so happy with this set. I don't know how I'm going to manage because these are weapons. I don't want to take them off, but frankly, I don't know if I can really function with them. I'm doing everything that I got to do, but I'm going to give it a try because they are beautiful. If you want to check out more Christmas designs, check out these.